going to have a look at another form of factorising, or factorising a different type of expression. So far we've kind of looked at the cyclical nature of how we can expand brackets and how we can factorise as a way of kind of checking our work is correct. In the previous video we factorised something like this, for example. X squared plus 10x plus 24. And if we were to factorise that, we would get x plus 4, x plus 6. But what if the question was x squared minus 10x plus 24? Okay, that's a problem we're going to have a look at today. Okay, what would the brackets have to be here? I want you to have a wee look at a few things that are similar and different about these two questions here. Notice how they both end in plus 24. Okay, but notice, I'll do this in blue, that here we've got a plus 10x and here we've got a minus 10x. Okay, in actual fact, the brackets that we all have to expand is going to be x minus 4, x minus 6. And we'll have a look at a few examples as to why that is the case. Okay, so I think this is example 4. We'll do two examples. So we want to factorise x squared minus 11x plus 24. Okay, so step 1, is there a common factor? No. Do I have something squared take away something squared? No. So I'm going to have a trinomial with my double brackets. Okay, I'm going to have an x with an x. Same as before, we're going to write down factor pairs of 24. Okay, we've got 1 in 24, 2 times 12, 3 times 8, and 4 times 6. 4 times 6. And just as before, we want to make 11, so we choose the pair that makes 11, which is going to be 3 and 8. 3 and 8. But because of this term here, because this is a plus, that means that both of these signs will need to be the same. And because of this being a negative, this means that they're both going to have to be negative. Okay, because if we do our check at the side, x minus 3, x minus 8, what we're going to have x squared minus 8x minus 3x plus 24, because we've got a negative times a negative. X squared minus 11x plus 24. Okay, so importantly, thing to notice here, see when the last term is positive, that means that the signs are going to be the same. They are both going to be either plus or they're both going to be minus. Okay, let's have a go at another one. Let's go for y squared. Let's go for minus 31y plus 30. Okay, so no common factor, no difference of squares, so we're going to have our trinomial. So this last term here is a plus 30. That means that both of these values here are going to have the same sign. Because this is a negative, that means that they're both going to have to be negative. So we're going to have a y with a y. We write down our factor pairs of 30. 1 and 30, 2 and 15, 3 and 10, 5 and 6. We choose the pair that makes 31. It's going to have to be this one here. Y minus 1, y minus 30. If we multiply that out to check, y squared minus 30y minus y plus 30, which will become y squared minus 31y plus 30. That matches the original question. I know that that's correct.